All right, it is show time. So, welcome to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun. I want to first of all welcome our new patrons to the channel. And at Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, if this is your first time being with us, like I said, we make prepping fun, but we try to teach the basics of prepping. We are in the middle of creating our own homestead. And we do all of this by being plant based, which means we don't eat any meat at all. So, currently, this video is going to be about the current fast that I am in right now. This is actually day 3 for me. So, this is day 3 of a water only fast. So, give you guys some background on how all this came about. Okay. So, back in January of 2019. Well, let's go back a little bit further. In September of 2018, I was in the worst health of my life. I have never been more unhealthy. I had never weighed as much. I had never been so heavy. And we came to the realization that, and I got my phone because I'm trying to check and make sure how we're doing on our channel as far as the live right now. Okay, so y'all just bear with me for a minute. How we're doing. All right, cool. And also, if anybody wants to join me, if you're brave and you want to come in live, I posted the link right there. And if you want to come in live, you can come live chat with us in person. I'll bring you in on a video. So 2018, I was in the worst health, worst shape of my life. I had released my first book. I did it in Texas. So I went back home to Texas to release it. And while I was in Texas, I noticed my mom, we took a picture together and we were talking, about a month later. That was in September of 2018. We were talking about a month later. And she was like, oh, yeah, in that picture, I'm 220 pounds. I'm like, wait a minute. If you're 220 pounds, and at that time, I was not weighing myself, wouldn't go to the doctor. I didn't want to be close to a scale, didn't want to be close to a blood pressure cuff because I knew I was too overweight and I knew that my blood pressure was out of whack. I already knew that. So I had my right arm around my mother, and we had taken that picture, and I looked like a giant compared to her. Now, she was letting me know that she was 220 pounds. If she was 220 pounds in that picture, I wish I had that. I should have. Well, I don't know how to do it here. If I had that picture, I would show it to you guys. Matter of fact, I do have it. I have it on my phone, so I will flash that picture so you guys can see it because I could not believe how big I had allowed myself to be or to get. And it was downright disgusting how big I was in that picture. So at that moment, I knew that something needed to happen. Well, the old saying, they say that if when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Y'all have heard that before? Well, lo and behold, gosh, I cannot find that picture. Okay, so lo and behold, let's see here. Let's see if it's in here. Maybe I really want y'all to see that picture because you're not going to believe looking at this person now and looking at that person then. You're going to be like, oh my God, that's like night and day. I'm really trying to find it because it's going to make a beautiful point. And the only one I can show you guys, I could show you guys right now that I did find was one where I was shirtless, and I'm not going to show that because that's embarrassing. That is absolutely just too much to see, too much for TV. Okay. Don't try this at home. So anyway, worst shape of my life, taking this picture with my mom, and we came to the realization, here it is right here, okay? This picture. We came to a realization that, look at this picture, y'all. Now, if my mom is 220 pounds in that picture, we determined that I had to be every bit of 250 to 270. And I was big. I was huge. Okay. And not only that, I was not feeling good. I was not feeling good at all. I felt like absolutely just crap all the time. I constantly had a headache. Didn't even realize I had a headache. I had it so long. And throughout the day, I was taking Advils, pain meds, anything I could take to just give me some relief just so I can make it through the day. Well, like I said earlier, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So a friend of mine contacted me out the blue. Or I don't remember if he contacted me or I contacted him. But anyway, one of us contacted the other one. And he was like, hey, I got this fast coming up January. And I really think you ought to do it. So knee-jerk reaction response. I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it. Why did I say that? I was like, oh my gosh. And after we ended that conversation, that phone call, I couldn't believe that I had agreed to doing a fast. Now, prior to January the 8th, 2019, I was eating anything and everything. I had a food problem. Still have a food addiction, but I had a food problem then because I would go, this was my normal routine. Get up in the morning, get dressed, get ready to go to work. I would stop at my first fast food restaurant, which would be McDonald's, and I would get me a number 7, which is a steak bagel, with a hash brown and a Coke. And then I would always order either an extra hash brown or I would order 2 sausage burritos on top of that. I was spending anywhere between, if I didn't order extra, $8-9 in the morning. If I ordered extra, up to $12, $13 just for breakfast. So that would be about, 7, between 8 and 8:30. Okay. Then about 10:30, because that's when Taco Bell would open, between 10:30 and 11:30, I would stop at Taco Bell and I would either get me a number 1, which was a taco supreme, a beef taco supreme, and a beef burrito, and a Pepsi or a sweet tea. If I was trying to be healthy that day, I would drink a sweet tea. Then a lot of days, if I didn't hit up Taco Bell, I would definitely hit up Sonic. Okay, so if I didn't go to McDonald's that morning or the first thing in the morning, I would go to Sonic and get this. Sonic menu is open 24/7. So I would order a double cheeseburger. Now this is first thing in the morning. This is 8 o'clock in the morning. Double cheeseburger, chili cheese tots, and I loved their peach sweet tea. So that's what I would order. I would order a double cheeseburger, chili cheese tots, peach sweet tea, and I would upsize everything. So it would be the large chili cheese tots and it would be the large sweet tea. I mean, this thing is huge. It's like that much of a cup. So it's got to be, I don't know, if I had to put it in ounces, that's probably 64 ounces of just straight sugar. Because that's what I would do. I was drinking absolutely zero water. If I got thirsty, I would drink maybe a bottle or 2 a day, and that would be about it. And you guys know that the average bottle of water is like 16 ounces. So that's 32 ounces. If I was weighing 250, 260 pounds, that wasn't even close to what I needed, because you should be drinking half of your body weight in ounces of water every single day. I was nowhere close to that. And the weight just kept going. So we've determined that September of 2018, I was anywhere between 250 to 270 pounds. Okay. So fast forward here, this January 2019, I don't see a counter. Oh, there's my counter. Okay. So January 2019, I go on this fast with this friend. He does this call a couple of days before on January the 6th. And he's like, okay, he's got like 30 something people on this call. And I'm like, this is crazy. And I'm very competitive. So I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? This many people on here? So he interviews several people. He does this talk, and he talks maybe 20, 30 minutes, and then he goes through and he interviews everybody. He's like, okay, well, blah, blah, blah person, how many days you going to do? And, they were like, oh, I'm going to do 10 days. I'm like, 10 days? What the world? 10 days on water? These people going to die. So he get to the next person. How many days you going to do? I know I'm going to do at least 15 days. And now it was a 21-day water fast. Okay, just so you know, keep that in the back of your mind. So he interviews like 12, 13 people before he gets to me. He's like, oh, my friend Roderick and his wife, they're going to do it. And I paid money for this too, by the way. So he gets to me, he's talking, he's like, oh, man, you got any questions? I'm like, no, I'm good. Well, how many days you going to do? My crazy behind says, no. I said, well, I was really thinking about just doing 3 days, and then I'm gonna go in with 3. He says, give me 10, and then we can reassess. And my crazy behind is like, okay, all right, cool, because anything less than 21 was like great for me, because I'm like, can't make 21 days without eating. I just can't do that. That's not me. I am a foodie. I love food. Love food. So we get into the fast, and I had no idea what I was in store for. Now he did a great job prepping everybody what was going to happen when your body goes into ketosis. You're going to get this bad metallic taste in your mouth, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I'm like, okay, cool. Guys, I get into this fast. This is my first fast back in January 2019. We start January the 8th. I'll never forget this. Day one, I'm like, okay. And my stomach was growling like crazy. When you're used to eating, your stomach is like, feed me, feed me. So we get through day one, and I'm like, okay, no problem. Get to day two, and I'm like, okay, I'm just drinking more water. But I'm having a hard time getting half of my body weight in because I'm like, at that time, I was 218 pounds. I had dropped like 40-something pounds, 40, 50 pounds from September to January just by curving my appetite and not eating as much as I was. But I still had a lot of room to go because my blood pressure was just crazy off the charts. So one of my goals was to lose 37 pounds. No, I wanted to lose 31 pounds. And I wanted to get my blood pressure under control. And I really wanted to, at that point in time, I really wanted to change my life because I knew I had the power. I just didn't know what to do. So I get to day 4. And I wake up on day 4, and it literally feels like the hand of God reached down from heaven, picked me up off the bed, placed my feet, and I felt like a new creature. I felt like a total new being. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not eating. Oh, and by the way, when you stop eating, when you go on water fast, everything else stops too. Your bowel shuts down, okay? You're gonna be using you'll urinate a whole bunch, you'll go pee a lot, but you won't poo at all. Okay. I found out on my next fast what you have to do. All right. Which is gonna bring me up to this one right here, where I'm going with this. So make a very long story short, I go from January the 8th to I think it lasted to the 29th. It did last, it was 21 days. I made it successfully all 21 days. No water. I mean no food. Only water. Water only. And then my crazy behind, because I was so motivated, I ended up losing 37 pounds. I went from 218 down, whatever minus 37 pounds is. And I refed for like 14 days. And I contacted my mentor and I was like, I'm going back in. I'm doing another 21. Some people do a fresh squeezed juice fast. Is there a big difference in results? Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you about that right now, leading into this story. So I did 14 days of eating, and I ate pretty clean. When I say eating clean, I'm talking about raw veggies, raw fruits, raw nuts, raw seeds. Okay. So I ate clean for like 14 days, and then I went back in. I did a 3-day dry fast, and then I topped that off with 18 days of water. Then I broke the water fast with 22 days of juices. Now these were my results. Typically on water, I drop anywhere between 2 to as much as 7 pounds when I just do water. When I'm doing juices, I drop 1 pound a day. And I've done extended juice. I did 22 days of juices. It was 1 pound a day. However, the difference between water and juices, huge difference. Number one, when you're doing juices, you don't feel the hunger at all if you're doing it properly. And you need to be getting a minimum. Listen to me. If you're going to do a juice, you need to be getting a minimum of anywhere between 3 to 5 liters a day. If you do that, you're going to be fine. You won't even feel the hunger. You will miss this. This is the biggest thing about doing the juices and eventually doing water. You miss chewing. You'll get to the point where you crave chewing. And when you're doing an extended fast, you'll get to the point where you crave things like now, and that's why I'm on a fast now, because after the 22 days, I did not break that fast properly at all. I had craved really good things, because you'll get to, especially on a water fast, you'll get to a point after about 15 or 16 days where you start craving things like you want a tomato. You want a celery stalk. You'll want a piece of broccoli. I mean, that's the way a water fast will break you down. When you're on juice, because see, I was doing fruit juices and I was doing green juices. I was doing beet juices. That one's not that bad. And if you're interested, I'll do more videos about the juicing and what consists of it and how much it costs. Because now juicing, I will tell you guys, this juicing is very expensive. If you're doing 4 to 5 liters a day, juicing gets expensive. And the way I was doing it, I was only doing fresh juices where I consumed them within the first 10 to 20 minutes of me making them. So I would have to plan my schedule and my day around my juicing. So, but bring you guys up to speed. Between January 8th and around March 29th, 30th, I dropped, I'll give you the numbers. I went from 218 documented all the way down to 157. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, I don't mind showing you guys some pictures. This is kind of private. I was writing a book about this journey, and I got about halfway in, and I stopped, to be honest with you guys, because it's personal, you know. And even though I lead a group on fasting, I just got to the point I was like, you know what? It's just certain things that I just don't want to share anymore. And I went into a cocoon simply because I got embarrassed again. And I got embarrassed because I let myself go. And when I say let myself go now and let myself go before, it's totally different. Because you can get to the point where you're eating plant-based and you're eating pretty holistic. I didn't mean to use that word. You're eating pretty clean, okay? And you'll get to the point where everything you're doing is it's almost kind of like a cult. I hate to use that word. And I'm trying to find some. Okay, so I will flash one of these fat pictures up, all right? And then I'll flash another fat picture, and then I'll flash a skinny picture, okay? How about that? Is that fair? Oh, here's another fat picture. All right, so let's see here. So when I got ready to go on the original fast, this is what I looked like. I was huge, okay? Big, huge stomach, huge gut, huge everything. This is another picture. All right. This is back in Texas. I think I was much bigger in this picture than I was in that picture I just showed you. All right. And I'm trying to get to the point where, okay, here's a picture that was not too far after me dropping the weight. Okay. Huge difference between those two people. And then this last one I'm going to show you is one that I did. This picture is from like several years back, and I'm going to play it because this is a video right here. I'm going to play it so you guys can actually see how big my face was. All right. So that in that picture right there, I'm probably between 240 and 260. Because like I said, I wasn't weighing at the time, so I don't know. You can tell, and if I was to post this picture, you can tell because my eyes were constantly red. I didn't look healthy. I have managed a 4-day fast and never got hungry. But as you said, you want to be chewing something. Yes, you do. You want to chew something. So right now, currently, from January to May the 3rd, we were good. Jennifer and I ate raw. We ate high vegan. We didn't even eat vegetarian. We thought that if you ate vegetarian, you just was not on the level. My birthday came May the 4th, and we messed around. We were in the hotel, and we ordered grilled cheese and French fries. We hadn't even really had cooked food, okay? Because most of the stuff we were eating was raw vegan. Those fries were the absolute best. That grilled cheese, I can taste it right now. It was so delicious. And that started a very slippery slope in our lives because I'm a person of impulse, and I'm a person of, what's the word? addiction. I have an addiction problem, and when I find something that I like, I do it. That's why YouTube works for me, because I'm addicted. All right, if that makes any sense. I have a very addictive personality, and I know that about myself. And what I should not have done, I should not have eaten that grilled cheese, and I should not have eaten those fries, because what it started the cravings for that cooked food once again. Because see, once you go on an extended fast and you break that addiction, you break that sugar, you break that fried food, you break it, you don't ever want to go back, because once you go back, you're just constantly getting closer and closer and closer, to the point where a couple times I even started craving meat. And I was like, I know this is not the way I need to go. So since May until June, July, August, September, October, for 5 months, I've been struggling just with my eating. And I believe in total transparency. And I believe in just telling you guys the truth. And folks that are in my group, they're gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, yeah, we knew he was struggling, because I was leading groups every month in fasting. And when we had the big show to come up, I knew that after the July fast, after leading that group, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do August and September, and maybe not October, because I had to get ready for this show. I was engineering, and I had a part in the show. So I knew it was going to be a bunch of stuff. And I started YouTube all at the same time. So, we started the channel July 21st. So something had to give. So I let my group know. I was like, hey, listen, I'm canceling the fast in August. I'm canceling in September. I have noticed when you're hungry, you're getting more flavor from your food. But after you are full, the taste is not as flavorful. You are so right, knife collector. That when you go on an extended fast, and I'm talking about that you did 4 days, and that cleaned your palate. But when you get up to like the 15 or 16 day, and all you had is like water, whatever you introduce, no matter what it is, and I like to teach people to break fast with either citrus, depending on what time of year it is, whatever fruit is in season, that's what you want to break your fast with, because it's going to taste the best. Absolutely. I broke my first fast with an orange. I don't even like oranges. Never have liked oranges as a kid. I broke my first fast with an orange. I absolutely love oranges now. Love them. I've always been an apple person. After that first fast, I broke it with orange. I'm like, oh my God, I've never tasted an orange so doggone good. And you want to break it. You want to break it with an organic fruit. Okay. So you're getting the true taste, the real taste. But leading us up to this fast right here, I have been struggling for 5 months trying to go on a fast. And I'm talking about somebody who is fasting for 42 days. I have been struggling just trying to get past day one on all these fasts. And last week, Jennifer and I had a conversation. I said, you know what, babe? I can't remember what the trigger was, but it was something that triggered. And it was something I did, and it was something I ate. And I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. No, I know what it was. Last week, I hit the scales, and I was at 197. And I said, that is it. That is it. I hadn't weighed in probably like 2 or 3 weeks. And I teach people to weigh every day. Weigh every day so you know your body. I hadn't weighed in like 2 or 3 weeks, and I went and got on that scale, and I knew I was heavy. Because, once you live this lifestyle, you fast enough, and you get to a point where you weigh every day. Within 1 pound, I know how much I weigh every day. Okay. Greetings from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Hey, greetings, brother. Welcome, Kevin. I know within a pound of how much I weigh. When I hit that scale, I knew I was over 195. I didn't know I was on 197. I was like, if I'm at 195, I'm gonna be good. Because I knew at 195, I could just start trickling down with my eating. When I hit it and I saw 197, I said, okay, that's it. I talked to Jennifer. I said, you know what? I got to eat for the next 2 or 3 days, and then I have got to go on a fast. And she's like, me too. Because, we both were getting to the point where we were just out of control. And we were eating some every night and eating pizza like crazy. And see, that's what I used to eat in the evenings all the time, back 2018. So fast forward, here we are. This is day 3. Day 3, and how do I feel? I feel amazing. Now the key in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I am not a medical profession. I'm just showing you guys, I'm telling you guys from my opinion. When you're fasting, especially if you want to get clean and you're doing a water fast, even if you're doing a juice fast, you have to do colonics and or another way of cleaning yourself from the backside as well. And I'm not gonna say I recommend it. I highly recommend colonics. Most people can't afford 15 colonics during a 30-day period of time. And if you guys know, this is somebody else who was very controversial and got sued for this book. Y'all remember Kevin Trudeau? Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About. It's so hard to find that book now. They even sued this guy, and I even got a little check. I never cashed it, but I even got a little check from the class action. I was like, you know what? No, I got so much information out of this book. I would, and this was years ago. But he recommends that you do a colonic like every other day for 30 days. Most people can't afford it because a colonic, especially around my area, colonics run anywhere between $99 to $180, $190. Most people can't afford that. Okay. So I have learned different techniques and different tricks, you could say, to make sure that while I'm cleaning with water, I'm cleaning my entire body. Okay. So that's where we are. We're on day 3 right now. And I think every day that I keep on this fast, I will do you guys a video just to update where we are and how we are. Now, you guys know that we're in the middle. Slam dab. This is video number 3 today. We're in the middle. Not even really. I ain't even close to the middle of doing a 10 video blitz today. 10 videos today. This is the first time ever. I'm off of work. I got a contractor come over to come look at my heat because it's been cold. And even though we got little buddies and even though we have electric heaters, I'm fine with it. And I was like, Jennifer, I don't have to have a heat field. We can just prep like this for the rest of the year. She's like, that's not happening. So if you want your wife to leave you, turn the heat off and don't turn it back on. And I don't like living that life, so I'm gonna have the heat fixed today. So day 3, and it's amazing. I can't wait for day 4 because the first 3 days for me is always the hardest. Day 1 is absolutely the hardest because before day 1, I always go out and I binge eat on whatever I want to eat. Of course, within reason, I don't eat any meat, but we did have pizza the night before, and I ate an entire pizza. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Matter of fact, I ate an entire piece of Plus on. We had 2 pizzas. They were medium. They weren't large, and we got them from Domino's, so they were little. But yeah, I ate a pizza plus. I ate my pizza and I ate all some of Jennifer's pizza. And I got mad because she told me she was done eating and she came in and ate the last little, they were cut in squares. So she ate the last little 3 pieces of her pizza. And I was like, how are you going to eat your pizza when you said you were done eating? Because I was going to eat that too. I am a eater. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. So I've had my fun for 5 months. Now I got to pay the piper. And anytime you guys ever hear me say I gotta pay, payday is coming, that means I'm going into a fast. All right. Because and there's one thing I absolutely despise and I hate about the fast. It's that metallic, nasty taste that you get in your mouth once you go into ketosis. I finally hit ketosis yesterday. Used to, I would go into ketosis within 12 hours. Boom, I would be burning. It took me a day. It took me an entire day to go into ketosis this time. And I knew once that happened, I knew that the taste was going to come back. And then with me trying to do all these videos and trying to talk, it's making it even worse. And you guys can probably hear the little raspy in my voice because I'm detoxing. Now, how do you know if you're detoxing? Well, first of all, your breath is going to change. It's going to taste. It's going to taste sweet to you, but it's going to smell bad to everybody else. So when you're trying to do this, you need to take your toothbrush and toothpaste everywhere you go. Because every time you feel that, like you have that bad taste in your mouth, just brush your teeth. When you're doing a true fast, okay? Now, a lot of people pop mints. A lot of people chew gum. I don't do any of that because I want to do a true fast. Make sure you're meditating and make sure you're praying. Okay? You want to connect with whatever your higher power that you believe you want, because this is the closest that you're gonna get on this side to whatever you believe in, whether that's Mother Earth Gaia, or you believe in God, or you believe in your holy higher self, whatever it is that you believe in, this is when you're going to be able to connect during this journey. I had set up for another live at 11:10. I think I'm about to push that back to probably 11:30. Just so you guys know. I can't remember what that topic's going to be. Hold on, let me give you the topic for that one. We're going to be doing a celebration because we just hit a milestone. So at 11, Yeah, we do it at 11:10. At 11:10, we're gonna shift gears. We're gonna come out of here and we're gonna come in back in and we're gonna shift gears and we're gonna do a celebration call at 11:10 because we just hit another milestone. So excited about it. Another thing about being in the fast and being into ketosis, you will start dropping weight like crazy. I'm talking about rapid amounts of weight loss. And those are just a few things. I mean, several things are going to happen. You guys can do your own research. Anything you hear, remember, this is only entertainment purposes only. Okay. So do your own research. And if you're interested in doing a fast, you can go to, I'll put it in the chat. You can go to fasting weight loss. .info. Fastingweightloss.info. That's our group over there. It's on the Book of Faces. But you can join that group. You can start asking questions, and a lot of folks in there will be glad to help you and help answer your questions. And you'd be pleasantly surprised. Trust me. So as always, thank you guys for being here. We're going to be back at 10 after 11 for a celebration call, for a victory call. We just hit a milestone. So thank you so much. I also want to mention, before I close, I want to mention 6 Acres. I want to mention Grim Survival. I want to mention Off-Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrienne. I want to mention, Heart Speak, Warriors Farm. That's Jennifer's channel. It's always a tongue twister for me. And I want to mention Miss Deja. Miss Deja, what is her channel? Miss Deja something. Hey, thanks for having me. Just taking a break from checking emails. Army guy here. Well, thank you for your service, sir. And I'm sure you won't mind that I was Navy. So thank you. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Where are you stationed? I probably shouldn't answer that question because we're about to end. But come back in at 11:10 and that's gonna be a total different call. That's gonna be a celebration call, okay? Glad you're here. Yes, sir. We are glad you're here, Kevin. Thank you. And matter of fact, there are a couple of veterans here because Knife Collector is a veteran as well. So we love our military. Thank you guys for being here. We will see you in a few. Take care.